Then the shape of the material starts to disappear. It is only here that the true scale returns.
And still, someone has to watch.
Now patience matters more than heat.
Before glass becomes clear, it begins as ordinary earth.
The scale is the first surprise. Up close, it looks like dust. Step back, and it becomes a landscape of industry. In places like this, even a single scoop can outweigh a lifetime of hand labor. What one person can barely touch, machines move by the ton. Here, people do not dominate the landscape, they guide it. Because sand alone cannot become glass.
And this is only the beginning.
Calcium brings strength, even if most people never know its name.
Then comes the chemistry, hidden behind the shine. Old glass returns too, carrying yesterday into tomorrow.
But the quiet stockpiles are about to disappear into something much bigger.
Even what was thrown away still has one more life left in it.
A few numbers here will change everything late. The factory takes over where the quarry left off. Piece by piece, the recipe gathers.
Once the ingredients start moving, the process does not like to stop.
In glassmaking, accuracy matters long before the fire begins. A few numbers here will change everything late.
People still watch every step, even when machines do the lifting.
And now, the raw earth begins its last cold journey.
Beside machines like these, a person can seem almost fragile.
This is where the factory stops feeling human.
Beside machines like these, a person can seem almost fragile.
Then the earth meets heat. This is the moment the raw materials finally become one body.
First, the bubbles must leave. Then the glass can calm down.
And then the glass begins to travel. For a moment, it still looks like powder and stone. The heat comes in waves, and each wave changes the glass again.
The fire is powerful. The control must be even stronger. It floats, levels, and becomes flat, almost by its own weight.
The transformation is slow, but never still.
A small adjustment here changes miles of glass later. But what it touches next will decide its shape forever.
What was once rough and gritty becomes fluid and silent.
And still, someone has to watch.
Is where roughness quietly disappears.
But even now, it is not ready.
After all that fire, the movement looks almost gentle. Here is the secret of modern flat glass.
Slowly, the glass gives up its glow, but keeps its shape.
The violence inside the furnace gives way to a strange stillness. Then the shape of the material starts to disappear. The farther it goes, the more unbelievable the scale becomes.
Even beauty gets measured here.
And suddenly, it begins to look like something we recognize.
It is no longer liquid, but it is still too stressed to touch.
If the cooling's wrong, the whole sheet can fail.
The sheet may be continuous, but the world still needs pieces.
At this stage, the person looks tiny. The precision does not.
The glass is calmer now, but the process is not finished.
It breaks exactly where the machine tells it to.
Once again, the scale changes.
Now patience matters more than heat.
In a plant this large, people seem to walk beside a river and they can never stop.
This is where function begins to look like elegance.
Something this heavy can still move like a feather.
Some of the most important changes cannot be seen at all, but they will change heat, light, and comfort for years to come.
One line becomes many, and the factory feels endless again. Some glass must come back to the fire one last time.
Strength can be created in seconds if the process is precise enough.
Next to these machines, people seem almost temporary. The glass does not. Layer by layer, fragility is turned into trust.
And what comes out looks effortless.
The closer you look, the more perfection matters.
Then the process disappears behind steel walls again. Even after shaping, the glass is still becoming itself.
And what comes out looks effortless.
It is only here that the true scale returns.
Tons of fragile material move overhead like quiet weather. One flaw can travel a long way if no one catches it here.
And not everything makes it to the end. Sometimes perfection is lost by the smallest imperfection. But in this factory, very little is truly wasted.